Each week, American History TV's American Artifacts visits museums and historic places. 200 years ago, on September 11, 1814, British and American naval forces clashed for 2.5 hours in Cumberland Bay, near Plattsburgh, New York. The battle was the culmination of 6 days of Army and Navy conflict. Up next, we travel to Plattsburgh, where retired Army Colonel David Fitz-Enns, author of The Final Invasion, Plattsburgh, the War of 1812's most decisive battle, takes us on a tour of key locations to tell the story.
Pilot, Joseph Barron. Ship Saratoga, September the 11th, 1814. Battle of Plattsburgh and Cumberland Bay. You know, this is a battle that's lost to American history. At the first 100th anniversary, it was known by everyone. This was a huge celebration. People knew how important the Battle of Plattsburgh was. But in the meantime, things have changed. That poem became the national anthem. Baltimore is in the center of a populated area, and people have been taught what took place there. And what took place there was very important, but it was a diversion. The real battle was up here. You see, if the British can take Plattsburgh, there's no troops between here and Washington, D.C. There's no American, the cavalry is not coming. And with Plattsburgh gone, they can sweep down the lake, they can go onto Lake George, and they can go onto the Hudson, and they can split the United States in half. In the meantime, the Treaty of Ghent talks are on. And this is a bargaining chip. If you can take Plattsburgh, and you can redraw the northern border of the United States, wherever the British troop lines are at the time, while these negotiations are going on, that's going to be the new northern border. And what they had in mind, they didn't plan to take the United States again. This was not another revolution. What they planned was they wanted a new northern border for the United States, not the 45th parallel, but the 43rd. They wanted the northern border of Massachusetts to be the border of the northern United States. And you know, if you take that line and you run it across the country, you take that parallel, you end up in Buffalo. That means that the United States would have lost Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, and all of northern New York. That way, the British would have had control of the southern shore of the Great Lakes, and that's what they were after. But Plattsburgh put a stop to that. The British Army is not in the United States. The British Army is back in Canada. And so when the treaty is signed on Christmas Eve, 1814, the status quo is what we see today.